So I was reading some comments under Mukhtar's video about Schrodinger's cat that he posted, I think, last week, about the truth and the nature of the truth, um, as it relates to human perception and experience and so forth. And the channel renshank um, and I have been having a discussion in comments under one of his videos um, about the truth as well. And he asked if I think all truth is socially or humanly constructed. Um, and I guess, is it socially or humanly constructed? Well, our social interaction with one another is a part of the truth. It's not what's entirely responsible for constructing truth, though. Or truth isn't entirely a construction. It's partly a construction, partly something that's just given about the world. But while I say it's given about the world, it would never be the truth without a society to value it as such. You never have one without the other, and it's not as though the value of this socially constructed ideal creates the truth, but whatever the truth is independently of society, I can't say, you can't say, nobody can say. What we can say is that we never find this thing, truth, independently of our valuing it. So again, I'm not implying a causal relationship here, that value causes the truth to exist. But nor am I saying truth can exist independently of our valuing it. I'm just saying these two, the truth and our value of it, always seem to coincide. And to try to conceive of the truth independently of me finding it good at the same time is difficult. I can't conceive of a truth that isn't good. It's not true because it's good, just like it's not good because it's true. It's just that it's true and it's good. It's never either one independently of the other. I had a weird experience today, actually, which I want to talk about as well in relation to truth. I was sitting in Starbucks reading one of Whitehead's books and taking notes for class, and this old Chinese gentleman sitting next to me had been reading his paper, and I guess he noticed I was reading this philosophy book, so he tapped me on the arm and said, I've been looking for somebody to try to explain this to all day, and I just was like, okay, kind of surprised that he decided to talk to me, and just said, well, what do you want to tell me? And he said, I have to write this, and so he grabbed my notebook. I said, here, have my notebook, and he wrote some Chinese symbols here. Basically, he asked his grandmother when he was 6 years old what this symbol here means, the yin and the yang, as we call it over in the West. It's that black and white circle with the darkness and the light interpenetrating one another. And he asked his grandmother what this symbol means, and she said that the true nature of the universe is that it has an intrinsically interlocked constitution, which is always arriving, which is always connected and coming about. And he tried to make sure that I knew that these English words, the true nature of the universe is that it's intrinsically, its constitution is intrinsically interlocked and constantly arriving, continually coming about. These English words are not what these Chinese characters actually mean. For example, the symbol for truth, which is that one right there. It's actually pictographic. So the meaning here is that this circular object represents the sun, and this line, this horizontal line, is the earth, and this symbol down here is supposed to be a man taking a step. So the truth is when the sun and the earth and man, an action of man, unite or coincide. And the sun also represents the cosmos in a sense. That's the like the hermetic notion of as above so below is when we say above, we mean the cosmos, the macroscopic level of reality, and the earth, we mean our level of existence, the human realm, nature, in other words. The sun is supernature, the cosmos is supernature, it's heaven. Earth is the human world, but then the action that we take is our almost rising above the human world. But it's just this understanding that this Chinese symbol for truth, it includes the cosmos, the earth, and a human intention, a human action, a human movement. The truth is those three things in correspondence in some way. You see, it's not clear exactly what this means, obviously, and this gentleman, his name was Phil, he told me, actually. He was very frustrated the whole time that he was trying to explain this to me, because he didn't speak English well, and he wasn't that well educated, and he was just trying to convey this truth to me that he felt needed to be conveyed. And he told me he's been very sick, and he was coughing a lot the whole time. He had a hospital based on, and he had just been released from the hospital a few days ago, actually, and they told him that we had a chest infection of some kind, and it cleared up and got better, so they let him out of the hospital. But they also took some CAT scans or something of his heart, and it's apparently pretty damaged. There's some scar tissue, and part of his heart is essentially dying already. Not getting blood. The blood isn't circulating well enough. So they didn't give him much longer to live. And he said he was looking around for somebody all day to tell this to. The truth about the universe is that its constitution is intrinsically interlocked and constantly in a state of creation or becoming in every moment. He had to pass that on, even though that English way of phrasing it is not at all what these symbols mean. And I could sense his frustration because of that fact. He wanted to pass that on before he himself passed away. And so, I wish I could understand these symbols a little bit better. Maybe I'll show them again in case anybody does speak Chinese. They can give me some insight into these.